Hi YouTube. I seem to start all my videos with "it's been a while since I put out a video," but this time it really has. Um, so I thought I'd bring things up to date a little bit with where I'm at, what I've been up to. I'm trying to remember what was the last thing I put out on video. Anyway, I've been using a few different materials. I imported some of the flame packer wood. I think I was the first UK maker to use that, and I'll post a couple of pictures of the finished item. Seems to go down quite well. It was made the sort of Facebook group photo on a couple of groups. It was quite, it was a nice material to work with. Packer wood is nice, but this sort of flame finish you have to be a little bit careful with. Just have to, you can't dig too deep into it because the effect lessens the deeper you go. But nice. At one point I thought I was going to start being the UK importer for it, but it's for sale on AliExpress, so that came to nothing in the end. I'll put up a couple of pictures of that, and I'll put some pictures up of any other knives that I've made since my last video once I've checked what that was. So what have I been up to? Knife wise, well, sorry, aeroplane again. I've come up with slightly different versions of the Lynx. The Lynx itself has changed to a broader design, which I think I showed on a previous video, and this is sort of a variant of the Lynx with a raised point. If I put a Lynx alongside it, you'll be able to see the point is raised on this. I think so. This is the Puma. This is my personal knife at the moment, and it's got some beautiful curly koa on the handle and G10 liners. I'd just like to say thank you actually for this wood, because it was sent to me along with some other pieces by Pete on Instagram. Pete's Custom Koa. I'll put the name down in the description below. I've got a piece of exhibition grade, a block of exhibition grade on its way over at the moment, which I can't wait to get my hands on. Beautiful wood. Absolutely. I mean, I don't know if you can see, but the patterns in it. So it's three-dimensional. Fabulous stuff. Okay, so that's as big as I can make in my kiln, the current kiln that I've got. That sort of length, but the depth obviously I can vary. I made a sheath to go with this, and this again got some good reviews. Well, got some sort of favourable comments. I used a stamp from a maker who's very good. The detail in it's extraordinary. Got loads and loads of requests for what did you use, what stamp did you use, which I was quite happy to tell people. So you'll probably see a few makers now producing sheaths with this stamp. So that's dangler, one of my standard sheaths really, just with the dangler, and dragon scale stamp, I think it is. I'll put a link to him as well in the description. I've also been making some hand stitch belts. Made a couple for wedding presents recently, and this small one is for my 10-year-old son George. Made from beautiful Sedgwick bridle leather, which Nathan Dixon kindly supplied, so I didn't want to buy a whole side, so I got some strips off him. So yeah, I've been making some belts, and this is the first knife to be completed in 2017, so this is another Lynx Bushcraft knife with a new thicker blade than the prototype. And this handle is, I'll show you the blade, this is 4mm 01. Tried a high Scandi, 11-degree bevel on it, so I think that's probably described as a high Scandi. It's certainly nowhere near a sabre. And the handle is oak, stabilised oak, African blackwood, pearl kyanite, and then red fibre. And this is the first use of my personalised pins, which I got made. So, if it'll focus there, so sort of there's the logo. There's the light's catching it, isn't it? It's sort of, anyway. So personalised pins, beautiful. Again, the guy who makes these, Alexei, I'll put his link. Yeah, this knife handle has been a right royal pain in the butt. I found exactly what Sandy was talking about in one of his videos, with it being oak and stabilised. The resin seems to show up as white in some of the sort of grain of the wood. And I haven't been able to polish this highly like I normally do on my buffing wheel, because bleed into the oak. I've sanded these back clean again about 5 times, trying different methods, and in the end I settled on a satin sort of finish on the pins, and then went for a wax. Managed to buff it with wax to get this sheen. So I think I'm going to have to settle for that. I'm not going to be able to buff the pins up to sort of full shine. But got chimping on the spine there, just to give that extra grip. I'm just waiting to hear. There's a couple of potential buyers for this. One who wants a left-handed sheath if he decides to go for it, and the other who would want a right-handed sheath, so I'm just waiting to see, and then I'll get on with making the sheath for this. Okay, I've got 2 more bobcats that are heat treated, waiting to be handled, and three bobcats I think waiting, and I've got a couple more lynxes waiting to be heat treated, and an ocelot skinner also waiting to be heat treated. So there should be a few more things to show over the next couple of months. Okay, so just a short video to sort of bring people up to date on what I'm doing and where I'm up to. I'll try and put out some more videos a little bit more regularly this year than I have been doing. Okay guys, see you next time.